So this is the project that I created for our module structure with the skin. And I used coffee stirrers and masking tape and hot glue to keep all the triangles together. And I definitely think this is a very abstract piece, and I think that it's up to the viewer to form an opinion about it and really dig deep and decide what this means to them. I think the elements in this piece are organized in a very interesting way. The first thing I noticed right off the bat is that there's a lot of movement and rhythm throughout this piece, and I think that the artist did a great job at really involving the viewer in following the lines that are created. Personally, I started at the very top of the piece and made my way down as I was looking, and so I think that the movement that was created by the artist is something that really draws the viewer in. Something that I think could be done better is the balance. I think that balance is something that can bring a lot of excitement to a piece, but I think in this case, the piece would communicate better if it was a little bit more balanced. It seems that on the right side, it seems like it's going to fall over, and I think that it would look and feel more unified and harmonious if it was a little more to the left. So this piece has very definite parts that are hidden, and I think that this could be done a little bit better because while there are parts that are covered, almost all of the piece is still visible. And so I think that maybe if the artist chose to cover different triangles with the masking tape, it would add more of an intrigue and mystery to the piece and allow the viewer to wonder a little bit more about what was being hidden. I do really enjoy this piece and think that it was created well and that the idea is really fun. I think that it could have been a little bit cleaner with the hot glue. There's some like little spikes and strings hanging off, and I think that that could be fixed to look a little bit cleaner. But I think that overall, the movement of the piece is really fun and I think draws the viewer in and causes them to create their own opinion and figure out what emotions this piece evokes in them. So this next piece is Kira's version of the biomorphic abstraction. And I assume she used the same materials as I did for this piece, styrofoam and paper mache and paint. And this piece is very abstract and drew me in immediately. I think that the vertical and slight diagonal nature of this piece is striking and really draws the viewer in and gives it a sense of movement. I think that movement and rhythm are very evident in this piece, and the artist has created like different curves and lines that allow the viewer to really just follow it from top to bottom. Something funny, I don't know if Kira planned this or if this was her purpose, but it kind of looks like a dog to me. I feel like the nose at the top and the eye and the ear, and I can just see it in my mind. But I think that if that wasn't her goal, I think she did a really good job at creating something abstract, but still something that evokes emotion in the viewer and allows the viewer to have their own interpretation about the piece. So overall, I think this piece is fantastic. From this angle, it looks incredible. From the other angle that she submitted in the discussion, it was a little bit flat. And so I think that since this piece is in the round, it would be really great if a little more dimension was added to all sides, because it would be really interesting to see what the interpretation of the piece was from all sides instead of just focusing solely on one side of the piece. But overall, I think that the color that she used created a really beautiful piece that draws the viewer in, and the movement was used in a really great way.